All right, so we are continuing our insect unit today, and today we are going to be talking about differences in insects. All right, if we would look at an insect up close, which we're going to see some pictures of them in our science book, so if you want to go ahead and get that out, you can. Today we're going to be on page 57 and 58, and we're going to do some talking, and then we're going to work through these two pages together. But if we were to look at these insects up close, we would see that the insects have some of the same features, but at the same time, some of them are formed differently. The design of insects' mouth parts shows form. So God designs the body for a certain way, and it also shows function, that God designed the mouth to fit the different types of food that the insect would eat. There's also great variety in the antenna. The butterfly has antenna with a little club at the tip, while the moth has antennae that resemble feathers. Butterfly antennae help them find nectar, which is what they eat and drink, and moth antennae are used to help them to find a mate. The design or form of insect legs allows the insect to function in its unique way. For example, a grasshopper's hind legs are large, making it possible for the grasshopper to hop away from danger. Scientists classify insects by the type of wings. Some kinds of insects, such as beetles, have a shielded wing design. Some have two wings or one pair of wings and are in a different class, a class of insects. So if we look at page 57, and 57 at the top says differences in insects. So the top begins by saying, are all insects alike? And we know from what we've just read that all insects are not alike. They are made differently in function and in form by God, who had a plan for those insects. If we look at the picture of the children that are on that page, we're going to do just like they are doing, and we're going to look on our page to kind of inspect these insects to see how they are alike and how they are different. Okay, so if we look, it says, read about the beetle and the butterfly. Circle their mouth. So you're going to need your pencil for this or something to write with. You could use a crayon or whatever you would like. It says the mouth helps beetles catch prey. It works like pliers. So I want you to circle the mouth of that beetle. And then it's giving you a pair of pliers, and it's showing you that the mouth of a beetle kind of works like pliers. So they kind of open and close. The mouth opens and closes, and you can kind of see that at the tip where the mouth of the moth is, of the beetle, sorry. Then we have a picture of a butterfly, and it says the mouth helps a butterfly get nectar from a flower. It works like a straw. It also curls, and so they've shown you a picture of a straw and like a little party blower. And those party blowers, if you blow on them, they kind of roll out and then they roll back in. And on the butterfly, if you would circle its mouth, you can see it underneath the antenna. It looks like a little curly Q. That's the mouth of the butterfly, and it works so it can roll out and get the nectar and then roll back in when it's not needed. Then we have a picture of a butterfly and a moth at the bottom, and the reading there says the antenna of a butterfly can help it find nectar. The antenna of a moth help it find other moths. So you can see how they're different. The moth of their butterfly just looks like two lines kind of sticking up out of the head. And then if you look at the moth, it does look like two feathers on top of its head. They're very different. They both have a different function and form. All right, let's look on page 58. We're going to talk about legs now. So a praying mantis uses its big front legs to catch food. A grasshopper uses its big hind legs to hop. So we have a picture of a praying mantis, and it's got those big, super strong front legs to help it catch food. So it's going to use those to catch whatever it wants to eat. The grasshopper has bigger legs at the hind end because it's made to help him hop. They both have different functions. They're both legs, but they have different functions, so they're made differently. If we read about the fly and the dragonfly, a fly has one pair of wings, a dragonfly has two pair of wings. And so we can see the picture of the pair of wings for the fly, and then we can see out to the side the dragonfly has two pair. All right, at the bottom, check yes or no if these body parts are the same on all insects. So mouse. Are the mouths of all insects the same? We should put a check in the no box. The mouths are made differently. We looked about how the beetle's mouth is kind of like pliers to help it catch prey. And the butterflies is kind of like a straw or like a blow toy that opens and closes to take in nectar. So mouths are made differently. All right, antenna, yes or no? Okay, no. Antennae are different as well. We talked about how the butterfly uses it to find nectar, and the moths are like feathers and they're used to find other moths. Legs, the same, yes or no? No. We talked about the grasshopper and the praying mantis. The praying mantis's front legs are big to find food. The grasshopper's hind legs are bigger to help it hop. And wings, no, they are not the same either. Some insects have two pairs of wings, some insects have one pair of wings, and some insects don't have any wings. Okay? All right. What I want you to do today is I would like for you to go outside sometime today, and I would like for you to walk around in your driveway or in your grass, and I want you to see if you can find any insects. And if you find an insect, I want you to write down what it is, and I want you to draw a picture and submit it to me. Okay, you may not find one. The other day, Crosby had to do a project like that for his class, and we went outside and we did not see any insect that morning. So you may not find one, but if you do, I want you to draw a picture and submit it to me. Okay, so today you should submit page 57 and 58 that we just completed together, and the insect you find outside if you see one. Today we learned about how insects can be different, and they have different form. So that means that they're made differently. God designed their bodies differently, and we talked about how they have different function. Their bodies are made to do different things in order to help them to survive in the environment that the Lord has put them in. Okay? All right, boys and girls, we will be together on Tuesday to talk about how insects grow. All right? See you then.